Alright, time for a Rek'sai game. I will be playing against a Sejuani here, which, I mean, should be okay. She can't really fight me that well, so that's gonna be okay. Like, I have true damage on my E and all that, right? Like, I do, if I go cleaver, I have to go cleaver kind of fast to deal with this a little bit better. But if I do all that, then I should be able to have a pretty good time fighting her in 1v1s. She can't really play against me in the early game too much either. But yeah, they do have quite a heavy amount of damage follow-up. I cannot go for Mercs this game. I do have the tenacity here, and I don't want to go green smite on Rek'sai, because blue smite is just way too good on this champ, since lacking mobility is like one of the big things, right? The more mobility you can have on Rek'sai, the better it is, so I'd still do that. They have CC from both the Sejuani and the Leona. But yeah, the rest of their team is basically just auto attack based, so we're still gonna go for the steel caps with that. Don't need my potion here either for the clear. This Rek'sai is pretty healthy for the most part. There is gonna be no option to gank for mid, it seems. For me right now, I think I'm just gonna go for a full clear. You could go for like a level 3 gank. You do not want to go for a level 2 gank on Rek'sai, because that is trolling, since you need her entire kit to be able to do something. So that's something to keep in mind. But full clearing is never a bad thing, really. It's always consistent, always recommended for most people to just go for a full clear, because especially lower ratings, if you don't go for a full clear and like you go for a gank, say it works, you set that laner ahead, but laners in lower ratings generally don't play too consistent to the point where that would be extremely worth it, right? If you would do something that like high challenger or something, you give a laner a lead, like that's colossal, because they will most likely be able to do something with that, right? Clean that up. Joani mid did just her blue. Surprised that Malzar didn't flash that initially, because now he's dead. Yeah. Okay. He could have just insta-flashed the initial play, and that would have been fine, I think. Anyway, another thing, about 65% of the people who watch my videos aren't actually subscribed. If you are one of those people, consider subscribing. I am very close to 50k. It would be great to hit that. And, well, yeah, that's really all. So just deal with passive a little bit. Try to use your E only on max stacks. Your Q is also an auto attack reset, so you can use it as one. And let's see if I can go top here. Okay, this is warded. He warded pretty deep as well. Interesting. Fair enough. I use my Q there as well before I gum up, so I have more damage output like that. I should just go for bot scuttle here. Because Sejuani, as we saw, cleared her bot side and then ganked mid lane afterwards. Yeah, please don't die. Please don't die to that, man. I beg of you. He's gonna have to flash, though. He held his flash too long and he died because of that. Wow. Alright, cool. Oh, laners, what are you doing? They're handing this one a little bit too much. You just placed that thing in my face. Really, my boy. If I can go mid lane, perhaps. Don't use your E if you can avoid it. Flash over that one. Good. Make sure to get as many auto attacks in there as I can, and then I flash over it, and then finish him off with the last hit of my Q. Place in tunnels as much as possible. Try to not use your tunnel too early, because you can potentially use it later on. If I use it early, he's gonna like preemptively flash that or something, and that way I can avoid it from happening. You know what I mean? Doing this, I'm gonna clean this camp as well, and then I'm gonna look for the recall most likely. Use my passive here again to heal a bit. I might be able to go for a bot gank after this one. I do want to finish this camp off first, because it's gonna hit me level 5. I should not have... I used my E slightly too early there. Use my passive to heal, because I need to sustain myself a bit better, especially if I want to go for that bot lane gank. Clean this up, and let's see if I may be able to go bot. I do have a lot of gold here, so I do have to be careful, but... it should be good. Yeah, this is a double kill. I don't get the assist on Caitlyn, but this is absolutely worth it. There was just an opportunity because they were that far up. Pantheon is extremely good to gank for due to the stun. It's unlikely they're going to be able to get away from the situation there. Take these. I don't know, long sword. I'll build one control ward just to have it, and then we're going to go for top side. I'm going to go over the wall, for wolves, then clear Cromp, and then do scuttle as it spawns. That's the plan, at least. Need to keep my efficiency as high as possible. That is a big one for my bot lane, though, getting that. As we'll now have 3 kills. 2 kills, like, they're basically handed to me. Or handed by me, and then 1 kill, like earlier, I suppose. Which is fine. Ooh, solo kills. That's what we like to see. Do this thing in here. Just gonna have to try to fix mid ganks, and these are easy because Malzahar ult's ready. So I'm gonna just go for the mid lane gank every time he has ult. Which is the trick for this. All he has to do is ult him, basically. Is this warded? He played that super safe. That might be warded. Do this. I'm gonna just take the scuttle, wait a little bit, and then go for the mid gank still. They're getting good kills on bot lane. That's very good to see. See if he backed. Okay, we're just gonna go mid. We hugged the wall now, because if it's warded here... Yeah, there was the ward. I can avoid it by hugging the wall, because I'll be out of vision. Please make sure to not waste. I'm just gonna ult and finish him off. They did dragon, that's fine. She flashed. I did still hit, but it didn't kill, unfortunately. Yeah. Damn. She may have gotten her bone plating off that one as well. They went for the dragon at a pretty reasonable time, I'm not gonna lie. But it's fine. Losing an early dragon is not the worst thing, especially because they're gonna fall behind very, very badly. Sejuani especially. And yeah, that's gonna pay off for me in the long run. Malzahar didn't even ult in that play, so I can potentially just wait for him to go back to mid now while I farm and then go for it. Or like maybe go for a bot gank first here and then go for the gank. That's the 1v1. I'm definitely tempted to go bot lane here. Absolutely. See if I can go for this real quick. Sweep here. Go for Leona. It's fine. I didn't knock her up in time. It's unfortunate. Double kill for Ezreal is not bad. That's good enough for me. I'm just gonna rotate straight mid lane, I think. There's still a control ward here, I believe, so we'll clear that out. That's just a good opportunity for bot, right? Like, you see them walk in like that, especially on champs like Rek'sai and stuff. You can easily get a good position. In minions like this, you have to right click the champion instead of using, like, you just have to right click because then it targets the right target instantly. Make sure to go for this guy correctly. Build to close distance. Alright, fine. And then we can still do this now. The priority there is obviously not going to risk a smite battle because I don't have smite, since I kind of had to use that one on the mid laner earlier, since otherwise he was going to get away on a slither of HP. I did keep in mind in that situation, like, not using my smite on mid, but I definitely did not want the Aso to get away. He was very, very low and he was smite range and he had potential escape with flash. I wanted to avoid that. We obviously then make sure we focus the Sejuani first, so we don't have to deal with that. And now we can look for a top gank, perhaps. He already gets the kill, so I can just herald top turret. Nah, probably not. Ooh. I don't think I herald top turret here. I think it's better to just hold herald for mid turret in this situation. Okay, no, he went back mid. Good. Oh, I have a lot of gold though. I have plenty of time actually. It's 14 minutes for the plates to like basically despawn. So before that time I need to use my herald on something. If I was at a bigger risk, sorry, of losing any of my other turrets, I would have heralded this top turret, because then it would have been first turret of the game still, if you know what I mean. But it's not a big risk here, so I'm not going to do that. Make sure to place a couple more tunnels here as well. Try to keep placing tunnels in your jungle camps as much as you can as well. I'm going to take my recall here. Get my prowlers. This is still currently the best option for Rek'sai because the dash is just great. Need my steel caps this game, and I'll pick up another longsword with that going into a black cleaver. I'll pick up a controller with that as well to potentially use it for like dragon and stuff. I want to do my raptors here first to hit level 9 ideally. I'm going to do raptors because I want to go for the mid gank as fast as possible ideally. Slash place Rift Herald mid, otherwise I would recommend going to the outer sides of your jungle. But this should be enough to hit me my level, and then I can just insta-go mid lane here. Please, it doesn't. Okay, that's kind of annoying. That's good. Very good. And now I just have to use my herald on mid lane turret, basically. Sejuani used her ult as well. Good. You can drop turret aggro with Rek'sai ult. Mid's missing, Kate's here. Gonna dash away from it then. Get top turret first. Kate being here is kind of unfortunate. I'm just gonna place the herald still for some turret plates here. Honestly, it's fine for mid here. Okay. Money out of that one. Oh, this is getting a little too dicey. Caitlyn just left her Leona to die on bot lane, interestingly enough, but it's fine with me, I guess. I feel like this might be very risky for me to go for this dragon. I don't think I should be doing this. I actually regret this decision instantly. Because my bot lane is kind of low, as you can see here. Sejuani's kind of coming out of base and my smite's not even up. That's not a dragon opportunity at all. So instead of like losing my situation there, I'm just going to walk away quickly. She's going to get bot scuttle, which is fine. Gotta keep my clear tempo up. I'm going to wait for Malzy ult, basically, and then I'm just going to go straight back to mid lane. If you have a champion like Malzar mid, you just go for that every single time. Every gank you can get, you go for. Oh, he just traded 1 for 1, okay. Bot scuttle's not cleared. I can hit level 10 off that. Ezreal's going to come back soon in mid, towards bot side here as well, so... Ooh, didn't have to flash that, actually. I don't know about this. This seems quite bad for us, honestly. I don't want to do this. Like, I'm gonna let him die here. Okay. He's not worth the shot. He's not worth as much money as me, so for me right now, it's just not worth doing something like that. I think I just have to give dragon here, don't I? It's quite a bad situation. They're all here as well. It's interesting. Yone even showed. Like, there's not much I can do. Right, but they lost top third, I guess. There's a small chance here she's gonna be in this bush. Nope. Finish him off. Should have waited for good positioning. Use my prowlers to knock him in the air. Wake should have walked behind him there as well so he can't dash out. You saw my positioning there. I was making sure that I step in such a way that the Sejuani can't dash away from the play. Don't want to... Okay, let's check the bush there first. There's no one here. Walking up to that's a little too risky, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to recall here. Actually, do it. It is here. I'm doing this because I'm pretty sure I'm very close to my cleaver right now. I just need one more camp. Yeah. Ish. 50 gold short. I guess I can do my raptors or something. let's kill this camp. And then I'll kill my Krugs as well. Recall, go for the Rift Herald. And then we can play from there. 2 smites finished. Okay. Do this, we back, we go for Rift Herald. And we have to make sure I get the next dragon, because I cannot lose another one of those. Alright, Cleaver here. Good. I'll take one more control ward. I'll E out of base. I'm gonna sprint over there real quick. Next item here, I can just stack armor. I don't need magic resist at all, actually. So I can go something like Randuin's. I would definitely go Randuin's next item. That's great. 3 crit champions. Randuin's is amazing. So it's definitely my option. The only option, really. So Randuin's is going to be my next item, absolutely. Which works out quite nicely because Randuin's is an active item. And since we have crawlers on the Rek'sai, the active item uses are great. See if he's like chilling somewhere here. Bolton's winning. Good. Let's activate Rift Herald here and just go for it. Yep. I mean, I've done my job already, basically. I've pretty much fed my Malzahar, fed my bot lane to the point where they're just absolutely winning as well. The GP has just been kind of chilling by himself, but it can still be losable. I definitely have to play this out in a clean way, I think. Because their team is potentially scary, you know? Potentially. I'll take the mid wave here. Clean this up. Level up. Go walk this way. Do some damage. Didn't really get a good opportunity there to go for something, because I was a little bit afraid that my GP wasn't going to follow anything. That is optimistic there, Leona. Didn't hit. She like... She's dead. Goodbye. Oh my god, please don't die to that last hit. Okay, thank god. I actually got it to 1 health with my ult there. That scared me. That was a close one. Make sure to get my passive bar back here. I'm gonna smite this real quick. We can heal from Gromp and then heal with passive. A bit of HP back. Make sure to clean up as many of the enemy's camps as possible here. Looking for the dragon to respawn in like 30 seconds as well. Scuttle. Plant. Cannot lose this one, actually. I was forced to smite Gromp, otherwise I may have died to it, so this is going to be a little annoying, perhaps. Please press ult. Please press ult. I just want to flash out of that decision real quick so I don't get hit for everything. Use Prowlers to dash in. Close the distance with that. And finish him off. Perfect. Be careful with my distances there. Do not take a lot of free damage the entire time. I don't think we can end. Their death timers are really low 20 minutes into the game. I don't think we have time to end, so I'm going to just do Dragon here. They FF'd it anyway. Okay, cool. I guess a pretty short one, so I'll see you guys in 2 seconds with another one. Alright. Time for a Rek'sai game. I will be playing against a Red Cane here, I think. This guy is going Conqueror, so I would assume that is the case. I will be losing all my camps here, it seems.
First blood.
invades. Interesting. I am curious to see if they're actually going to stick around. They are. Interesting. Okay. Well. I guess I go for his red buff then. Because at this point, I want to trade. I have the vision over him starting there. It should still be in time for me right now to walk to his red. I don't think I'm going to get stopped by set either. That would be a very interesting move. But yeah, he's going for that, so I have to trade. Basically trade. It is whatever. He definitely is like ahead of me by a margin right now. Because that kill is huge for Kane. But hopefully this is going to be fine. He is actually leashing with me quite well here. So I'm just going to not smite. We're going to do Raptors first, and then we'll do Krugs into potentially a top gank here. Kite this a little bit so I avoid some damage. There we go. Good. There's no wave on the bot side here, so we can pass right by without getting seen on these, and then we'll do Krugs into a top gank. Those low. I'm gonna have to just be over this wall here, I think, to get the best gank angle. There he goes. Very good kill. That's just an opportunity I have to go for, right? We know Kane is playing the entire bot side right now, so we have to just go for that top gank quite quickly here. Because there would be no point in not doing that. We're gonna push out the wave so he gets the recall for free. Use passive and red buff to heal, so we can be fine here. You're level 2. I'm too low on HP. What are you doing, fam? Thank you, Wukong. Bless. I was about to say, are you not gonna flash for that? I'd be so sad if you didn't. I knew he was gonna try for that, man. It was so obvious in the way this guy played that he was gonna try for that fight on my blue, but it doesn't really work too well against the Rek'sai because of my W giving him away. I don't have to place a ward or anything to get him with that one. It's quite bad for him, really. Wukong should still back. Like, there is no point in him staying right now because he should have just used his teleport. He's gonna get dove if I don't help him here.
An enemy has been
Please.
slain.
Just back, please, man. Just use your teleport. Don't int that away. I gave you 2 kills and double buff, basically. I beg of you. If he didn't have teleport, then it would have been more awkward, but he has teleport, so there's no reason for him to stick around and not use teleport here. He is gonna be so far ahead of set right now. I think that should just be a straight win on top lane. Should. Being the key word there. Yeah. Also, another thing. About 65% of people who watch my videos aren't actually subscribed. I am getting very close to 50k subscribers, so it would be greatly appreciated if you would consider subscribing. And yeah, well, that's about all I really have to say on that one. I am doing quite well here. Just instantly responding to the Kane invade. We're gonna switch all of this out, get the boots, get the Dirk here as well, going into the Brawlers, of course. Very good. Wukong has 2 kills on top lane, so hopefully that's gonna pay out quite nicely. And I could just go for a bot lane gank here, actually. Because Thresh has pretty good gank setup as well. I'm just gonna walk past everything and go for that right away. I'm a little bit sad about the fact that this... Oh man, my god, my Thresh did nothing there. Sad this, whatever. I guess I get something out of it, I don't know. That's unfortunate. Thresh could have, like, had so much time to walk up there, basically, he just didn't. It is what it is. Gain top. Hopefully my Wukong doesn't die to that one. Please don't. He died to that one. Unfortunate. Keep clearing as much as possible here. Check bot scuttle. There's a chance. Pretty decent chance, I would say, actually. Let's see. Probably not. Nope. Has been cleared, in fact. The thing here is, though, like, I walked over it, so they basically know where I am anyway. Let's control right here. I mean, I basically already know that the guy's gonna be bot lane. I just want to play for my red buff at this point. Take the red buff, maybe go mid gank afterwards. Something like that. Maybe bot gank even. Don't think I can go for his red here as a trade. Or as like a double red take type deal. Depending on whether he shows bot lane or not. But if he shows bot lane here, I probably should rotate over to bot lane. To deal with the counter gank angle for this. Guess I'll keep clearing for now. Mid lane actually is doing quite well. Not bad. I'll take this. I'm not going to use my smite here because Scuttle is going to spawn soon. I'm going to go for Scuttle, I think. Oh god. That's not good. That hopefully it doesn't. I think that's gonna result in some deaths. Oh, maybe not. Woo. Lucky. Good. Do I check his red? I suppose I might as well. Not here. Means he's gotta be like top side somewhere, right? I don't have my E currently, but I think it should be okay. Wukong is ult, so as long as he uses that. Quickly E damage bite him before it presses W, if I can get that done. I think he was going to try to position himself slightly better there, and the E will just be true damage. Ooh, very good kills from bot there. They're going to have to be super careful there on bot lane, because that's going to be a risk factor. They walk up for anything here, they would be yeah, there's the Kane. I was about to say, if they walk up for literally anything, they're doomed. Quickly get the turret for this last turret plate here, and then we'll leave. We're gonna go for the Rift Herald now, because the Kane showed bot lane, so there should be a free Herald for me. Make sure to use your E only when you have a full bar, basically. This should be a free Herald for me. Like, knowing exactly where Kane is allows me to get this Herald. Yeah, there's no way that he can do anything about it. He might trade it for Dragon, which would be a move I would go for if I was the Kane, because I saw my enemy jungler on top side. So I would absolutely trade for Dragon. But that's like basically something I have to do that, he has to do this. Or I have to do this, he has to do that. The top here doesn't make any sense right now. I just have to wait for my Wukong anyway. So I guess I'll do blue first real quick, and then I might go for the top gank afterwards. I'm gonna smite here to get it down quicker. I do have quite a bit of gold. He is actually looking to recall, it seems, so I'm just going to go over the wall, place the tunnel still. So I might be able to go back to it after, like, doing Gromp and Wolves, maybe. Or just Gromp, apparently. And I might be able to look for the gank then. But one kill for mid. He is actually clapping the guy. Might be a little bit low on HP for this play. I could just herald it. Be fair. Just gonna herald it to be. Oh, there's a teleport. Make sure to walk up with right click. Okay, he should be fine. I have to be careful there for his W because that thing is going to destroy me. Kane is bot, so we instantly use Herald. This is going to be a free turret for us. Clear out the wave as well here. Make sure to get that out so we can push this Herald towards the next turret, hopefully. Quite fast, at least. I could take his Krugs here, I think, and then maybe his Raptors as well, seeing as how he was bot lane very recently. Just finishing off that turret's not going to happen, so I'm not going to go for it. I might have to help him here. There is no way he actually did that. Okay. Dude, I have so much gold. I have to really recall. Going for his raptors would be... Oh, it's not even up. Okay, doesn't matter then. I know it's not up because of my my sweeping trinket not spotting. I might... Oh, okay. If she hit the stun there, I would have flashed into it. Obviously, just gonna snare the cane and then ult before he ults me, so he can't ult me. I have so much gold, I don't want to risk it. I absolutely just don't want to risk it. Dude, I have to back. I am walking on criminal amounts of gold right now, but Scuttle is the Scuttle, and I really want to get this before I lose it. Auto attack. Yep. Actually. Oh, you still have ults? Okay, that might actually be quite bad for me, maybe. I still have my E coming up. No, we're good. Okay, chill. I didn't think he had ults. I actually played assuming you didn't have ults, so I could just go for it. I am gonna recall before I do anything else. I have so much money. I'm so unbelievably rich, you don't even understand. Holy moly. Take that, and then we'll go for the cleaver next, I suppose. Oh. Okay. Good.
An enemy has been slain.
Very good. I mean, I've absolutely won top lane. That's really good. Mid lane did well by themselves. Bot lane, I've done something. At least, like, forcing some summoners is not too bad, you know. They're also doing reasonably well by themselves. Yeah, I couldn't really play for bot lane as much, of course, this game, because I wasn't allowed to. I was basically forced to force more topside plays due to the way the enemy team started, forcing me up. If I maybe go for mid here. Nice, good. Lock him up right away. Finish these off, and then we can go for the Griff. Or for the dragon, sorry. The Kane didn't do that earlier. There should be a plant here, I think. Yep. 2 damage bite that. I will see how much damage this does. 300 or 298, but let's say 300. But it's a 1200 smite. With my smite combo. I'm gonna have to use it. Fine. Go for his blue. I'm a little worried because the Thresh is not walking with me right now. Ideally on these types of invades, you'd want to have your support here, but I'm going to take as many camps from the Kane as I physically can. Quite a big thing to do. When you have a lead on the enemy jungler, you want to deny him as much as possible. Prioritize this over taking your own camps a bit more. Fine. Let's go mid. See gank opportunity. I have my prowlers as well, so I'm just going to be easily able to get close this. Good. You see right there, we don't insta prowlers. We just go in with the auto attack, right click him. We'll hit the knock up every time. And then prowlers after he flashes or dashes away. We'll follow that up. Might be able to go for a bot lane gank here. I mean, it's not warded, so there is at least that, you know. Not the best hook. Can't really go for this because it would be a turret dive. That would be way too risky. Kill him real quick. Dead already. Make sure to play around turret aggro as much as possible. Your ult also drops turret aggro, so need to go for the opportunity there. Ideally, if you're gonna look for a dive, always try to like knock up or go for the target that always go for the target that has CC capabilities. Gotta sidestep that one. Fuck him up again. Perfect. We're gonna go for as much CC as possible there. Make sure to sidestep his W. Go back in, hit the prowlers with the CDR from the item Ingenious Hunter thing. We get a lot of cooldown on Prowlers. So this thing is like a 50-second cooldown now. Instead of 90, which is absolutely colossal, of course. They went a little bit too aggressive there on that bot lane play. I think that's going to be 1,000 gold for Zeri. She doesn't go for it. I would have absolutely chased that to the moon if I was Zeri, I'm not going to lie. Like 1,000 gold there is going to be your saving grace, if anything, right? The Rift Herald's going to be a thing I want to get. Absolutely need to go for this Rift Herald here. That's my blue smite upgrade. We see Kayn bot. Nico died, okay. Didn't pay attention to whether that was red Kayn or not, so I don't know if... I mean, I can check his top side cams after this, it's fine. I'm gonna go over this way with the tunnel I have. Let's check his red real quick. It's not here. Let's check this camp. It's also not here. Again, here, I'm trying to make sure I'm in his jungle as much as possible, to deny as much as possible. Open from the backside. Let's go in. Just gonna wait. There is nothing he can do. There we go. Literally the only thing you have to do in those situations is wait, and you are fine. I'm just gonna shove in mid turret. I may be able to use my Rift Herald here. Didn't hit the champion I was hoping for, but don't get hit by that stun bomb. I don't know where my Thresh is going, so I guess I have to walk away now. It's going for Zeri. I guess I should back him up from this side. Heimer's, if he's gonna walk, he's gonna walk like this probably. I'm gonna use my W here to, or my passive thing here to get him. There's the Kayn. And I ult before he ults me, so he cannot get the ult on me. So I'm basically untargetable once he does that. And then I can clean him up right away. I use my Rift Herald here. Red or blue trinket are refreshed for free. Clear some wards here. We have to bounce. Finish off the turret quickly so we can get another bounce on the next one. Quickly kill all of this. I just care about the bounce. I'm not going to really get anything else. The red just respawns, so we're going to take that real quick into the dragon. It's going to respawn in 20 seconds. There we go. And then we go for dragon next. I'm going to use my tunnels here for mobility. Something to rotate towards as well. Plants here, we use it. Day one. Okay, good. Big dragon. We have 400 damage on this with 1200 to 1600 for the smite. Always look at that before you do objectives. Now in this case I'm obviously not going to lose it, but it's still better to note, because then you can do this combination. Be more likely to get the smite. Okay. In this moment in time I have a little bit of a time window to just quickly take my bot side camps here. The dragon, or sorry, the Baron's going to spawn like 30 seconds. And then with Baron we should be able to end the game instantly. At least if my team goes for it, really. We'll see if they do. Clean all of these camps up, and then we'll get my next item. There we go. Just armor. I'm just gonna go for... Honestly? Is the move? No, Thornmill's the move here. Thornmill. I'll just go Thornmill here. I don't have to worry about like more damage at the moment. Just healing reduction against this team is amazing, obviously. Look at their healing items and stuff. It just makes a lot of sense. I would ideally just like the Baron. Because at this moment in time, just like the last push we need is just do Baron and we can end the game off that one. My bot lane's gonna be bot lane, it's fine. Whoever tanks Baron gets the hand debuff. This one, Baron's Gaze. And that one reduces damage output to Baron by 50%. We're standing behind Baron. I'm pretty sure it always aggroes to the target there. gain his bolt, so I don't have to worry about my smite too much. We finish off Baron here, and then we just have to push for the end, basically, and that should be game. Nothing here. I guess we'll just rotate over to the bolts, cut them off from behind. Make sure this entire play is not possible for them. I think they already won. She lost? Really? Okay. That's fine. He's never gonna kill me. I have way too much armor. Like, having Thornmill there already, you know, there's nothing he does against me. He doesn't have enough healing capabilities. I'm already pretty tanky, so... He did not finish off the turret, unfortunately. That would have been quite nice, but... Finish turret as a priority. Make sure to clean out our base with Baron and stuff. Don't go too aggressive here. There's no reason to. They're all respawning right now. We're at quite a disadvantage here. So if we can just clean up their base, that is priority. GC locked. Perfect. I can lock up at the right timing there. Finish him off. Good. I should be able to just do this. Finish him with the true damage, and there we go. That should be game. Perfect. That is it for Rek'sai. I hope you guys have enjoyed these videos. And, well, I'll see you guys in the endgame stats, I guess, for both. So, yeah. Alright, so for the endgame stats of game 1, I ended up doing 15k-ish damage, the same as my Ezreal, definitely not too bad. I mean, just solid, really. We have true damage at 4k, a lot of this is like from your E, of course, some smite damage. Objective damage at 28.3, this should always be the highest stat, try to look for this. If you are the winning jungler, this should be the highest stat, otherwise you are not playing around your objectives enough, so that's something to look for. And we have healing done at 14.7k, a lot of this comes from passive healing with the bar. That you play with by going burrowed and stuff, so that's something to look at. Try to keep this should generally be pretty high, but yeah. Damage taken at about 20k, definitely not too bad. Self-mitigated on top of that, another 13. Took the most damage by a good margin. Gold earned at the most by like, I don't know, 80 gold. It's yeah. Conqueror for 400 healing. Obviously the adaptive damage is a big one that you don't see here. But yeah, this doesn't look like much, but the adaptive damage is huge. We have the Triumph for 340 gold, a bit of HP. You have Tenacity here. I mean, it was kind of necessary this game to have this here in this runes. So always just nice to have. You can, if they don't have a lot of CC, go for the Alacrity as well for the attack speed instead. But generally speaking, this is the one to go for. I take Last Stand. It didn't really do too much here, but I still take it over coup de grace because most of the time the extra finishing damage isn't really necessary. Whereas having more damage in closer fights in more situations will be more necessary. So if fights are getting closer, I'd rather have Last Stand than coup de grace. And, you know, yeah, only 36 damage this game, but it can be very, very effective. And overkill damage is not too great. So we have Ingenious Hunter. Works on trinkets as well, so it lowers the cooldown of the nerfed sweeping trinket on top of it. And it gives you the item stacks, active stack thing for your Prowler's Claw, which is a big thing Rek'sai wants, so that's why we take this rune. Because for Rek'sai, the Prowler's Claw cooldown is huge. It's gonna be a free kill every time, basically. So far, until this item gets, like, removed or whatever they were gonna do with it, we want to use it on Rek'sai for sure. After that, Rek'sai may be slightly doomed, but we will see then. Yeah. I'll see you guys in the second game stats in a second. Alright, so for the stats for the second game, I ended up doing 19.1. 19.3 from Sivir here, but that's not very surprising. I'm more surprised that I actually came very close to the amount of damage she did, so I guess that's quite good for me. True damage at 3.4. Again, E and Smite does a lot. Objective damage, 42.7. Again, I won the game, so this should be the highest stat. Wukong has some objective damage as well. I think a lot of that is some turret damage too. Some Baron damage here as well. So turret and Baron damage mostly. And then dragons / Barons, whatever I can get. Healing done at 15.5. A lot of this is passive once again. Damage taken at 22.1 at the most. And then we have self-mitigated damage at another 18.8 at the most as well. So I did the most and took the most for the most part this game. And then we have gold earned at about 13k. We have the cane at about 6.5. All of this is as well is me absolutely punishing the guy by taking his camps as soon as I got some type of lead. Because you want to prioritize taking the enemy's camps if you have a lead over your own. If you leave your own up and take the enemies consistently, that's better because the enemy is pretty much unable to reach your side of the jungle anyway. So you would be denying him farm while taking farm at the same time and being active on the map with your team. If I'm in the backline clearing my own camps and allowing him to get his, that is a mistake. And that's not something I want. Ruins Conqueror healed me for 470 here. Again, the adaptive damage, the bigger stat that you don't see. Triumph, bit of healing, bit of gold. Tenacity again. Last Stand, it did a bit more this game at 370. In closer fights, this is just important damage. Like 370 here is basically just super important damage because it's all going to be in closer situations. We have the Ingenious Hunter again for the trinket activation and your Prowler's Claw. If you go like random ones or something, then obviously works for that as well. Guardian Angel, the Edge of Night as well. If you need a spell shield, perhaps that would work too. And yeah, eyeball collection there. Generally, a full build here would be Prowlers into Cleaver. You can then look for like a tank item perhaps, or you can go for Death's Dance Maw. Death's Dance got buffed again, so Death's Dance Maw into a Guardian Angel would also be a pretty good setup. But I had plenty of damage this game, so I just went for a straight tank armor item instead of going for Death's Dance. So I go Thorn Mail, and then I can go like Death's Dance Maw after this still, if I want to, or Death's Dance into like Guardian Angel if they're full AD. Stuff like that is optional. If you really need a spell shield against things like Lug Seraph, if you're trying to dive them, then Edge of Night is obviously a pretty good pickup as well. But that's it for Rek'sai. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. Goodbye.